You need a good conditioner to aid in, one, keeping the color vibrant, but then also, especially on color treated hair, when people get color, a lot of times, depending upon the process, their locks sometimes will break off. And I contribute that to, I mean, yes, we have, a lot of different factors, but I think the main reason, and even when we're loose naturals and we colored our hair, right? I think we weren't using the right products and we weren't getting our trims and things of that sort. If we didn't have a regimen, I think that aided in our hair breaking off quite a bit, outside of, well, maybe they processed your hair too long and yada, yada, yada. But I'm just really talking more so about products, right? And how you can use them effectively on color treated hair. So typically what I tell clients, because the rule of thumb, when you get your locks, before you get your locks, it's always highly recommended that you get your hair colored before you get your locks done, right? Because it's typically going to take you anywhere from 6 months to a year before you're allowed to, or at least I'm not going to pass you the baton, rather, to color your hair until at least 6 months to a year, if you, depending upon how locked your hair is, right? So, but I also start to incorporate a leave-in conditioner, or we're going to also use a conditioner that is a conditioning shampoo, right? So I say to people, you get the best of both worlds when you have a conditioning shampoo, because you're getting the benefits of your hair being cleansed, and then you're also, getting the benefits of the conditioning, right? So the conditioning allows your hair to become stronger, your hair follicles to become stronger. It also, it's kind of like feeding your locks with a vitamin, so to speak. That's a better way to put it. You're putting a supplement into your locks. That is one reason why I say the honey almond shampoo. Oh my God. Now that joker, it does really lather quite a bit, but it's so soft. It smells, outside of the fact that it smells, I think all the products really smell good. Yeah, but the fact that joker, it just moisturizes your locks like nobody's business. And that's without putting a whole bunch of products into the hair. And so I always tell people, rule of thumb, I mean, even when you just got your locks, I always say clarifying shampoo and then use a conditioning shampoo. Like, we're not going to stop the process of conditioning our hair. But I don't introduce the leave-in conditioner or conditioner, so to speak, initially when you get your locks established, right? So that's one of the wonderful tips, the pro tips that I like to give out to people when they're considering getting their hair colored. Because there's a lot of times where I see people, locks of, it's like, my locks are doing great. My transfer clients, my locks are doing great. But all of a sudden my locks started breaking off because I dyed my hair. Okay, and then I go, okay, cool, I understand that. I'm so sorry. First of all, I acknowledge, because the hurt. So when somebody comes to you and says, oh, my locks are not flourishing, or my locks just started breaking off, please, 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 please have some empathy for people. You already know where I'm going with that, right? Yeah, people lack empathy and sympathy sometimes. Acknowledge that person, that they're going through hurt, okay? Because at the end of the day, our hair is truly our crown. And if your crown is tarnished, do you feel like going out in public?
Not at all.
No, you gotta go get you one of them jewelry things, them cloths. You remember them cloths back in the day? Do you even sell those anymore that clean your jewelry?
Maybe they do, I don't know.
It's been a while. I need to go shopping. So yeah. But acknowledge that their crown is tarnished, because it really is an emotional event, just like it's an emotional event when somebody gets their locks established, because you look in the mirror and you're like, okay, what did I do here?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember one of your things when before you got locked, you were like, I'm gonna be looking like a black chicken. I was like, no, you're not.
You're like, no, but you just kind of, it's the unknown, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know. And then when you take the plunge, and then, then you're like, oh, okay, I'm good.
Yeah. I told you. I said, you're going to be looking like a Puerto Rican.
You did. But yeah, it's, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Like that is like the statement is, you know, you really have to. And I'm teaching my sons that now, right? Because they're like, oh, my hair is not locking, and you know, and so I'm like, look at my hair.
Yeah.
You remember how my hair looked last year? Look at my hair now, right? And so that gives them, they're like, okay, you know, it's a journey.
It's a journey. And I think that's so beautiful that you're able to encourage them like that, because when you've had that experience yourself, it's easier to empathize with somebody that's going through the struggle, or what we would say in the military, going through the suck. Right? And so, so just have some, that's going to be my spiel for today. Let's learn how to have some empathy for people and encourage them through their journey, whatever it may be looking like at that time. So people that have, you know, the color treated locks and their locks are breaking off, sometimes they're going to have to do a trim. Sometimes you're going to have to cut some of those locks off. It's unfortunate, but it's better to have healthy hair versus long hair. Some people may have to take out their locks entirely and just go for a good, you know, protein treatment or a steam treatment or a deep conditioning treatment. That's always unfortunate to tell somebody, like, this is not salvageable, but I'd rather tell you the truth than to just continue to take your money. Then the other thing is just, again, introducing them to the right products, because I can't tell you how many times people come in here and they're like, yeah, I have my hair colored, and okay, what are we using, right? So consultations are very, very important. I do try my best not to have a 15-minute consultation. It's not going to ever happen.
Oh, we were here like an hour. Very thorough, right? You were very thorough and answered. I'm the question queen, and
you are.
You answered every question. I think I had the questions in my phone.
You did.
that I wanted to ask you.
I became
so,
TI.
Right? And so you answered every question, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, I wanted them, like, you know, we did the tester locks, and then you were like, you know, here's one size, here's not, you know, we came to that compromise, and you're like, I think you should maybe go for that, you know, that size. And so, yeah, I think the consultation just wasn't a let me look at your hair, oh, you're good, and go.
Right.
Like, it was a sit down, you sat down, and like face to face, right? And we, you know, you're like, tell me your journey, or tell me your story, right? Your hair story, right? And so, you know, and that kind of, you know, provides you insight, right?
100%.
On you know, why am I looking, you know, to lock my hair? You know, just these different things. And, you know, I think that's vital too, right? Because not only are you looking to, okay, are you going to accept me as a client, but then the client as well, right? Does, you know, do you match with me, right?
Yes.
And so I think it's a good meeting, you know, to just kind of see if we mesh and fit for each other.
I think that was key, what you just said right there. It's for both parties at hand. I think a lot of times when you have a business, you think that you need to accept everybody that walks through the door, right? And it's like, no. You don't have to accept everyone through the door. In fact, I would submit to people that being honest with people, if you can tell somebody this is not going to be a good fit for you, they will appreciate you more. And then you're still not going to lose the business, right? So sometimes I've had people that it just was not their season to get locks. It just was not. You know, they had some scalp issues. They've had some hair loss issues that I was more comfortable sending them to a dermatologist or a trichologist first, right? So let's see what's going on with your particular your hair before we lock it up. I have a wonderful client. She's so sweet. She had to go to a trichologist, and so She is a product junkie. So I'm gonna tell you that right now. And not in a bad way. She just likes good stuff, right? And so her thing was like, I said, okay, did the trichologist tell you? So when we waited a year, believe it or not, we waited a year. We got those hair follicles going. She kept me updated. You know, it was never a matter of can I get in. It was a matter of when will it be the good time for you to get in. And then I said, okay, did she give you the green light? Yep, she gave me the green light. And then when she came, she has a bag of products that the trichologist is telling her to use. And so I'm like, okay, we're going to use that. And so she would always look at my product. She goes, what is that? I said, well, it's the rosemary stimulating spray or it's the shampoo. And she goes, okay, well, let me go ahead and take one. And then I would say, no, like that. And so she was like, what do you mean no? Like, no. I said, did your trichologist tell you that you could use that? No, she didn't. Okay, so we're not doing that, you know? And so it was really about accountability, and she still comes to this day, and we laugh about it, but guess what? It was, I really wanted you to be the best version of yourself. I'm not going to undermine another professional that's also helping you on your journey, right? It really should be an iron sharpens iron type of moment, right? So I say all that to say, same thing when you're doing a consultation, same thing when you are looking at people that they're transfer clients or they have color, they decide that they want to get color in their hair. Educate them on that process, especially women that are having babies. Talk to them about postpartum. What is that going to look like? Not just only for their hair, but here are some signs that you need to be paying attention with yourself that you may need to go get counseling because you're having postpartum depression. Like, really get to know your clients, right? Really get to know them. Sometimes on a personal, not too personal, but you know, if they will allow you to.
Depending on if, you know, if they will receive that, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But definitely be on board with their goals for their hair. So, yeah. I can say it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And also from a client standpoint, it's okay to say, you know what? Yeah, I want these locks really bad, but I just don't feel like this person is the right fit. Don't let that person establish your locks, because I've seen that too. Because they wanted the locks so bad, and it was like, you didn't have time on your book, so I went to someone else. Well, guess what? You know, I don't know what they did. There's that. And then also, I don't know, it just, to me, it makes it a real sticky, icky situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you went and got an establishment, and then 2 days later, you're in somebody else's chair, and you just spent all that quality time with the person. And if your locks start slipping out, you're expecting the new loctician to take over, and it's like, no, you got to go back to so-and-so and give them an opportunity to fix it. Or I don't like the way that my locks look, so I feel like you can fix it. No, go back to the original loctician and talk to them and see if they can fix. Like, you know, it's okay to communicate. Well, I never had a good feeling about them. Then why did you sit in the chair? Exactly. Go ahead and preach on that, please.
No, like you said, you know, like, everybody isn't, you have, it's not an interview, but you are when you're in the consultation, you're seeing if you're the right fit for me and I'm the right fit for you, right? And so you have to have that discernment, right? And so you know, it's an interview for both. You know, and so I think, like I said, that consultation is key. And so, because if you are going on the lock journey and you're investing, right? Then you want to make sure you're a good fit. You both are a good fit for each other. Right? And so, who would, you know, because you don't have anything open, then maybe that's the sign that, you know, I need to wait and be patient, right? And if I'm truly sold on or want, you know, this person, then you have to be patient. Because if you go to someone else that you knew that was not necessarily that you had the best feeling, right? And then you come back, and then, you know, what do you expect, right? Like, it's just, that makes me laugh. Like, you know, what did you think the end result was going to be?
That part. Like my brother always says, "Ooh, karma be karmaing." And I'm like, no,
but it's
saying
true.
that. But
Like,
it's true.
But it is. So why would you expect that? You know, and so
going in your face, man.
Okay. There's something in my eye. But yeah, you have to be, you know, and that's a sign. Maybe be patient, right? And if they don't have anything, then okay, well then you are always accommodating, right? Like, okay, well, I don't have anything, you know, and wait and book out or whatever the case may be, right? Instead of you just needing them immediately, okay, well, wait X, Y, and Z until you can get me on your books.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. 100%.